9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
What's up, good people? I guess this is a surprise. I didn't think I'd be here today, but I'm here for the Monday night watch along. Looks like we're starting off with Grayson Waller taking on Jey Uso. Waller's been a little irritated with Jey Uso, calling him a choke and all these other type of things. This is just to add fuel to the fire for the rivalry with Gunther and Jey to take place at WrestleMania. So wonder who's going to come out on top here. I think a lot of people are still waiting to see the domino that's going to fall with Austin Theory, who's been doing a lot of yeeting. Not gonna lie, doing a lot of yeeting. Doesn't even feel like they're a legit tag team at this point anymore. Just kind of waiting in the wings. This free agency stuff is a trip, y'all. Man, I can't believe that dude got 60 mil, 35. Oh my God. The between the legs elbow drop is kind of dope, but I feel like that's something that Melo should be doing. Let's see if this goes live. True that, Boza, because it makes kind of weird that they're opening up with Jey. He feels like he's more of a middle of the show type thing. Makes me wonder how they're going to fill out the rest of Monday Night Raw tonight. This is Madison Square Garden. About 18,000 tickets sold in attendance. I know we're getting CM Punk and Seth Rollins in a steel cage in the main event. There's no chance that the Tribal Chief don't show up. I didn't know Bianca Belair was on First Take this morning. Grayson Waller's only a 74 on 2K25? That's nuts. Spear. Jay finishing matches with the spear now? Okay. Okay. I didn't expect that. Now you got Theory attacking Jay after the match. Is anybody going to make the save? No, Jay going to be 10 toes down. Another spear. Oh, okay. I'm going through choking out Dre. Yeah, same thing as last week. It's almost like we're telling the same story we're doing with this mirrors the Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton stuff. It's like, okay, this person is standing tall. And the only difference is Tiffany is the champion. I agree, Boza. They are kind of positioning this as the main event for night one because we know it's not going to be night two. So they're making sure that we believe, the underdog story. Jay Uso getting his moment. The thing that's probably going to be an issue is if, this Bianca Io storyline really takes off. And I mean really takes off because of the stuff with Jade lingering. Yeah, tax season with TurboTax. Sounds about right. Alpha Academy giving some love to Jay. They got to do something. They got to heat that faction up for them to still exist like this. I don't know what it is, but one of them got to go on a tear. Stage setup looks slightly different, smaller. Is he in a match? No, he's not in a match. He's just here. Got to deal with a Logan Paul segment, guys. Who was the guy in the front row taking his shirt off? Was that a plant? Ugh. Ugh. I mean, from a spectacle standpoint, I guess AJ Styles can do a lot better, but that would be a fun match at the very least. Very true, Boza. I feel like there should be like a title celebration or something like that for EO because this is the first. I know we crowned a women's Intercontinental champion, but that's like a major title to change hands in this Netflix era. Oh wow! Let's read the room here. Why are we giving Andrew Schultz a mic? Going for the entertainment angle. Oh, he's gonna do a spot. I, for one, do not care if Andrew Schultz gets spiked. I could have totally did without this segment, but all right. Let's set it up for whatever we're doing here. I think we will get AJ and Braun eventually, but they gave them both side missions. Like Braun is still with Finn Balor in the Judgment Day. About to get a match now. I feel like they could have got a better like representative or ambassador for New York other than Andrew Scholes. Here we go, Boza. Now we're looking back at last week's match with Io and Rhea. That was a genuine shocker. Okay, we get an exclusive interview with Io Sky. There we go. And now it looks like we're about to get our New Day versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee match. I was muted. What's wrong with Texas tornado matches? I like Texas tornado matches. I think we don't do that enough. They're really promoting this on Raw. This new boxing league. As a boxing purist, I'll let you just know I see some benefits to this because there is corruption in boxing. Of course, you got 4 associations like WBO, WBA, all that type of stuff for all these different belts. But I do not like the fact that the sport can become a monopoly where it's just like one hierarchy in town. I think Dana White is terrible for the sport of boxing based on how he kind of churns out too many events for UFC. Like, you can't do that in boxing. Courtney's in the chat. Yeah, he's gonna need good press, but he's just a terrible face of the sport for boxing. He makes everything about him and his own promotion. So like that can't be good for the sport. And I don't know what Turkey's trying to do, but we'll see. How do we feel like this tag match is going to go with New Day and LWO, which is weird because since the New Day took out Ray and then took out Cruz Arturo and Joaquin Wilde in subsequent weeks, it's like they can legit like 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 this whenever they want, but they don't. Ooh. Okay. Oba's in the building? Okay, we got Oba in the building ahead of Roadblock tomorrow. We gotta get off these new LWO t-shirts in New York. So this is just gonna be like a fight, but I just don't know why they just don't jump the New Day. I don't know why they just don't take all 4 members of LWO and just like take care of business. Like we dragging this on. This is a good rivalry away from the tag team division, but at one point, do these two teams actually stake any interest in the tag team titles? Whew. I'm getting so sick of that damn Prime display. Oh, okay, Ray. Dog, isn't Rey Mysterio like in his 50s still going this hard? That is nuts. Woods totally missed that table. A little bit too far. But that was probably effectively supposed to take him out the match. That's it. Oh, Dragon Lee made the save. Please tell me that's Chad Gable. Yep, that's Chad Gable, bro. Gable is back after learning the dark arts of Lucha Libre to wage war on all luchadors. Hold on, Chad Gable wearing a luchador mask might cook. This is not like Shorty G. This actually might be kind of dope. And New Day pick up another win. I love it. I don't know what that means for American Made trying to win these titles off of the War Raiders, though. I know the Creeds lost. Ivy Nile lost. That means a New Day are about to challenge the War Raiders next while American Made deals with the LWO again. That's hilarious. Oh, that's news to me. So next week, Monday Night Raw, because I believe they're going to be overseas, will be at noon, 3 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll be able to do a nice little Monday Nightmare watch along at noon before WWT Live. If Carlito just gonna be here for like the comedy bit, can we lean into it some more? I know he got the apple, but why can't we get like a diversity in the apples? Why we can't get like a red delicious, a Fuji apple, the green apples? Maybe switch it up and have a pear one time. Let's just lean into the whole comedy bit. Yeah, most people might not be able to handle that change. I think that change might work out a lot better for me. Just looking at how my schedule was today, coming in here at noon and doing that works out a lot better for me. Fabulous is there. Macaulay Culkin. All right, man. We just did this bit with Cody on Friday on SmackDown. I don't need Cody on Monday Night Raw every week. I just don't. Don't need him on Monday Night Raw. Your championship is for SmackDown. This is Gunther's show. I didn't get the chance to watch all of SmackDown. Can anybody in the chat give me like the Cliff Notes version of everything Cody said about Cena? I know it was one of those like, if you want some, come get some type things, just feeling betrayed. So hopefully there's a new angle to this and we don't just get like a regurgitation of the same thing. Pissed but determined to win. Okay. That sounds like a likely speech. So Cody has a sense of determination. So we're going to do the whole uphill climb thing, but it's going to settle in that he has no way out to win because essentially there's going to be no rules, I'm guessing, this year. Like The Rock is literally just going to take the title off of him, is what I gather from everything. Let's hear what Cody has to say today. Has Michael Cole stopped calling John Cena the greatest of all time? That is a hell of a black eye, but I definitely feel like they're adding makeup to it. There has to be a video. Give me a video message of John or something. That's it. We just get some rah-rah speech. No via satellite from John or The Rock. Very straightforward show so far. We're a little over an hour into it. Gotta feel like they had to have a big surprise lined up just because it is Madison Square Garden. Bailey taking on Raquel Rodriguez next. Did they just say this is going to be a number one contenders match for the Intercontinental? That's such a random pairing, as if like Dakota and Ivy now haven't been vying for it for the past month. God, dude. Ah. They resigned Chase Young. Oh my God. Mankind, Mick Foley, and AEW Rivals. AEW Rivals does a very good job with that show. I will likely catch that one. Feels like everything's gearing up for this match, but the body of this show is not really there. This feels very much like the very first Amanda Serrano's there. This feels very much like the very first debut episode on Netflix. Like, let's bounce around the crowd, showcase all these people that are there. Not much in ring, couple promos, like not much going on at all. I want to know how we determined that Bailey and Raquel Rodriguez were worthy of contending for the Intercontinental Championship. Like, where does that come from? Like, I realized the inaugural tournament they probably, I think both were in the inaugural tournament, but Bailey was just in the elimination chamber. Raquel's a tag team champion. There's nobody else backstage that can use this time. New Day defeat LW with an assist from a masked luchador as the headline. Like, we don't know who it is. So they're already promoting that John Cena is going to, we know John's going to be on Raw next week. They're actually promoting Cody Rhodes and John Cena under one roof. WWE Twitter account just posted it out. And again, I don't need Cody on Raw every single week. John next week makes sense because we can finally get answers, but come on, man. Ooh. Innovative elbow by Bayley. That's an interesting take, Boza. Yeah, noon next week, so they can actually tie in more viewership during the day because we're going to expect the John and Cody something to happen. But I wouldn't. I would think that there's a plan that John knew he can do the European tour because obviously you want to travel overseas. This is your final year, but also this makes me feel like more and more because I know after this movie he's set for like all the dates like full run for the rest of the year. It makes me feel like more and more that title is going to change hands at Mania because I think John is just clear for the rest of the year just to like be on Monday Night Raw or be on SmackDown. There's no way Bailey doesn't win this match, right? We rolling with a count out? Nah, no way. Ooh, that's ball game. So Lyra's taking on Raquel as one half of the women's tag team champions. Okay. What if we're finally hot shotting Raquel and she's going to be the one in Judgment Day that has 2 belts? I'm with it if so. I feel like that's a disservice to all the ladies in the back that need to vie for that Intercontinental Championship, though. I don't know if another shoe is going to drop, Boza. We've been waiting a long time for the other shoe to drop. This is already an all-time great angle. This is already great. Now we're getting our Michael Cole interview with EO Sky, the new champion. Nice. It's going to be the WWE World. Now we're looking at a legendary MSG cage match between Ted DiBiase and the Macho Man. We're really building up this cage match, and I think everybody's waiting for a surprise to happen. Ready to do some journaling. All right, guys. Who is Io Sky going to get interrupted by? My money is on both Bianca and Rhea. They better be very careful on how they build this match, because one forward-thinking progressive move, and that will be the bigger storyline than Gunther versus Jay. Oh, this Bianca getting a grand announcement. We're supposed to be EO's interview to celebrate the win, bruh. What are we doing? There's no way it's not triple threat. Bianca cannot lose her streak. That means Rhea has to take the pin, either from EO or Bianca, one or the other. That was still a very big fucking pop for Rhea, man. Wow. This is a very this is a nice callback to what they did at NXT. And Bianca wasn't the one getting mushed in the face by Charlotte when Charlotte was coming at Rhea for the NXT title. Bianca be selling these slaps. That just convinced me that if they have the triple threat, EO has to win. Penta and Kaiser next week. Nice. Ew. Steelers are signing Aaron Rodgers for anybody who cares about NFL free agency. Dakota Kai and Ivy Now next week. That's a good one. Braun Breaker and Finn. It's the time now? Yep. Yeah, I agree, Bo. It's a 25-30 set up for the big reveal or the big surprise. Main event time, everybody. Do we get a clean finish or does the tribal chief show up? I can say for sure if Roman does not show up, this would be a very lackluster Monday Night Raw. I was on mute. My bad, Boza. I was saying, yeah, I think it. This has been kind of an average Monday Night Raw because they've been geared towards more the entertainers, actors, celebrities in the audience. Kind of a showcase show, not much storyline moving. But next week and the weeks after, when they're overseas, those crowds are usually very rowdy. So I think they're going to put their best work on those shows. And I also said CM Punk got to add more to his arsenal. It can't just be the GTS. Oh, okay. Right on cue. He up here hitting stomps. He just hit him with a shining wizard. Nice close calls in this match. Very nice. That was a double feet stomp. We only seen that the Royal Rumble with Roman. What's that? So we knew it was happening. I don't like that Seth won the match like that because CM Punk pinned Seth Rollins. So now they're 1-1 because of that. Ooh, Roman with a stomp to Seth. they're going to stop him from doing it. Hey, Seth broke them people for the double stomp on Roman. Like, yeah, let him get this shit off. When did Paul even get out there? Oh. Ooh. Let's pay some bills. Then let's get into the post show, y'all.
Have you heard the news? It's pretty big. I heard from my friend who heard from her friend all the way from the Caribbean. Well, when I heard from my friend, I became super excited. And I think you guys will like it too. WWT now has an official partner, and it's All Caribbean Wrestling, the premier promotion across the Caribbean. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views, or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1. Now, you make sure you go and check them out and tell them WWT sent you. You hear me?
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave! Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views, or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
All right, peeps. Thank you guys for kicking it with me on the Monday Night Raw, Monday Nightmare watch along. We had a very interesting Monday Night Raw. I think an ending that we saw projected overall. Kind of a skeleton show. I'm not going to lie. Kind of a skeleton show. I don't feel like a lot happened. Of course, they were in the Madison Square Garden Arena in New York. About 18,000 fans in attendance for this Monday Night Raw. Of course, they had to do it big for the Garden. Had a lot of celebrity presence in there. If anything, it felt kind of like the first night of Netflix out here in LA, where it was more like of a showcase. I know TK always says that they're geared towards entertainment and getting more of those crossover, if you want to call it like crossover networks to kind of look into what the WWE is doing nowadays. I'll just go top down to bottom because we just saw the ends of the main event. We started the show with Jey Uso taking on Grayson Waller, of course, with Austin Theory ringside. And this has kind of been more of the same. Jey Uso got the better of Grayson Waller, gets the pin. Well, I know Waller's been trolling him for a while. They attack Jey Uso after the match. Jey Uso gets his bearings about him and takes out both of A-Town down under just to be choked out by Gunther and laid there. And Gunther kind of reigning supreme over Jey for another week. So we're telling that story of, is Jey Uso on Gunther's level? We even see Jey backstage with the trainers getting consoled by Alpha Academy because we know Gunther had the match with Tozawa and Otis in consecutive weeks and has taken out both, and Jay's made the save. So what's telling about this feud is that Jey is the ultimate underdog against the champion that's Gunther. It's only really been pinned once or twice since he's came to the States. Now, the ending of Raw tells us another picture, and it really makes you feel like, is Jay's main event in jeopardy? And hopefully that's not the case. So hopefully we'll get more on the European tour the next few weeks, but Gunther standing tall over Jey, similar to what they're doing with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte on SmackDown. Next up, we got an appearance from Logan Paul, who calls out AJ Styles. For whatever reason, they decide to have comedian Andrew Scholes do a live mic spot just because he's a New Yorker, probably getting booed by the New York audience along with Logan Paul. But it just was a way to get AJ Styles to come out and attack Logan Paul, seemingly accepting his challenge. You can't deny Logan Paul, man. They put Logan Paul in with the absolute best in the business. And if that's AJ Styles' WrestleMania match, I can say that at the very least that will be a fun match. But it feels kind of like a disservice to AJ. But we'll see. It seems like we're going to get Logan Paul, AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Next up, we had the Tornado Tag match, which to me, this might have been a highlight for the night. Just because of the reveal. We had Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio taking on the New Day, and my God, Rey Mysterio at age 50, still kicking it with the young folks, still putting on a stellar match. There was a lot of great spots. This was a tornado tag match, so if you're not familiar with that tornado tag match, there are no tags. Essentially, there's no rules. There were tables in this match, different weapons used, and it came out with the New Day on top just because of some slight help from a masked man. Apparently, if you want to call it an American-made mask, came out and attacked Rey Mysterio. I believe he German suplexed Dragon Lee, and he appeared to be Chad Gable after learning the dark arts of Lucha. So the New Day picked up the win after the interference, and later in the night, Chad Gable, mask not included, was interviewed by Kathy Kelly, and Kathy pretty much saying, like, no, that was you. Same stature, same outfit, just wearing a mask, only for us to see a man in a mask escorted out by security. So whatever they're doing with this gimmick, that was the fun part of Monday Night Raw. And I think as we get further down the weeks, if we're doing this American-made versus LWO thing again, that's pretty cool. And hopefully we see more Chad Gable in a mask, because I think that's fun. Next, we had a Next, we had a promo by Cody, where Cody, in John's absence, pretty much recalled the events and in so many words let John know that Title 17 is not happening on my watch because I'm carrying the ball now, just like you carried the ball for so many years. I respect the vet, still one of my idols, but you're not beating me at WrestleMania. And now we know that since John is going to be back next week for the next consecutive 3 weeks on the European tour, that Cody Rhodes will be in the building in Belgium, Brussels again, to confront John Cena. They'll be under one roof. We'll see what type of explosion we get there. Raquel Rodriguez and Bayley, number one contendership for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I thought this was a very good match between two different contrasting styles, and I was actually surprised by the result. Of course, Judgment Day, consisting of Liv Morgan as well as Dom Mysterio, did their best to distract Bayley, and that led to Raquel Rodriguez being the winner of this match, and she's now your number one contender for the title held by Lyra Valkyria. This is surprising just because Raquel already is a champion. They just won the women's tag team title, so it seems like Judgment Day is trying to vie for more gold in the faction, at least from the women's side of the faction. And to me, it's kind of a disservice. You got so many ladies in the back. I'm thinking of Zoe Stark. I'm thinking of Shayna Baszler and how they can benefit from being thrown into the fray of the women's intercontinental title picture, but we're still doing this stuff with Liv and Raquel being a part of the bigger storylines. We'll see what that means for Lyra. I know next week in Belgium we'll run down the card, but a match happening next week is Dakota Kai taking on Ivy Nile. Next, we had Michael Cole interview Io Sky, which wasn't much of an interview. It was just pretty much Io saying how happy she is that she won and that she's champion going into Mania, only to be met by the number one contender, which is Bianca Belair, who's saying that she's had most of the rough week with everything going on, and enter Rhea Ripley. This was an entering contrast of styles because they did a callback. And I remember when Bianca Belair was undefeated in NXT, that was like her big thing. I'm undefeated. And when Charlotte Flair won the Royal Rumble, she called out Rhea Ripley. But Bianca Belair was also owed a title shot. So they're doing the same thing with each other, with Rhea versus Charlotte, and Bianca was being ignored, except Bianca's on the other side of that now. Everybody wants to see Rhea and Bianca, but Io's the champion, feeling like she's getting overlooked. And they even pushed Io out the way while they did their stare down until Io got pissed off and went full black mom on both of them and smacked them both and said, I'm the champion. Pay attention to me. So I'm not sure how we get to triple threat territory. Again, I predicted that Rhea would end up pinning Bianca Belair to get added, but that's the way it's looking like it's going, because Rhea feels like Bianca cost her that match and she had no business being down there. And that's not even including everything we just saw on SmackDown with Naomi and Jade, and Bianca's very much still a part of that. So we'll have to see what gives. But that was a very strong segment between those three ladies and kind of boosted the profile of Monday Night Raw with everything that was kind of like lackluster. Then we have our main event. And in our main event, we get CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and a steel cage. And this felt very much like a throwback throwdown, like elbow drops, slams, using the cage as a weapon. They didn't need all like the extra gimmicks or extra weapons. It felt like two men that really hated each other that were going to do whatever they could to stop the other one from breathing. Times where they could have exited the cage, they chose not to. Spamming each other's finishers felt really big as well. So I like this. I thought this was a good match, good way to close the show. Big match feel in Madison Square Garden, steel cage. They did do a callback to the Macho Man and Ted DiBiase in the Garden in 1988 that I thought they tried to play up to. But I think really everybody was waiting on the big reveal, which we got, which was our tribal chief. It seemed like Seth did everything he needed to do to finally defeat CM Punk, and we saw the double stomp. We haven't seen the double stomp with both feet since the Royal Rumble when it happened to Roman Reigns. So once Seth did that, he kind of took it in for a minute, looked at his handiwork, and was just resting on the cage. And Roman Reigns comes, chokes him, pulls him out the cage. Seth Rollins is your winner. CM Punk, for what it's worth, and Seth Rollins are now 1-1 in action. And however you look at it, Roman Reigns laid waste to Seth Rollins on the outside. Seth Rollins looked spooked, completely shocked to see Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns hit him with a Superman punch, spear, a stomp, and was going to stomp him on the stairwell until security and Adam Pearce stopped him. Now, what was interesting was Paul Heyman consoling a wounded CM Punk in the ring, trying to lift him up, which kind of got Roman Reigns jealous. It kind of got Roman Reigns jealous. So he went to spear and take out CM Punk, which left Heyman shocked. Now, we know Heyman still owes Roman Reigns a favor. How that ties in, I have no idea. What type of match we get, if it's a triple threat, where it features on WrestleMania's card, whether it's opening the show, main event, night 1, night 2, I don't know. But that's a big match. However we get there. I'm pretty sure there'll be more in the consecutive weeks as we're in Europe, because there's no way you're going to Europe and not having those three men somewhere on the card. And if Bo's is saying Punk's favorite will be a triple threat main event night 1, yeah, that's cool. But that would be such a disservice to Jay, as they've been saying since he won the Royal Rumble, I'm in the main event of WrestleMania. So they got some problems, and they're good problems to have. Don't get me wrong. A lot of good problems to have, but we'll see, because next week we'll have a special start time because they'll be overseas in Europe. The show will start at 12 p.m. Pacific time. So we'll be doing your watch along a little bit early. So make sure you keep it tapped with us as we get closer to that. But next week we're going to have Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Intercontinental Championship, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Penta taking on Ludwig Kaiser in a no-holds-barred match. As well, I'm missing one, as well as John Cena and Cody Rhodes under one roof. And I'm pretty sure we'll get all the other fallout from some of the other things going on, Chad Gable and the LWO, what's going on with the New Day. Hopefully we'll get some other action going on between seeing we'll finally hear what John has to say, and we'll get closer to that Intercontinental title match between between Bird Lady, between Lil Valkyria and Raquel Rodriguez. But and Bo's letting me know that Jay has Austin Theory next week. So Jay getting the best of A-Town down over the next couple of weeks. But the fallout from the tribal chief Seth and CM Punk will be on our hands waiting for that. And we'll be able to see Cody and John in the same building. John on WWE programming for the first time since the heel turn at Elimination Chamber again. Appreciate you guys for rocking with me all night. Been with me for the last 2.5 hours. Boza, Lewis, what's up? Jaden, Courtney, Maria. Thank you guys for joining me. DJ Magic J, I know I saw you too. We'll be back next on Wednesday for WWT Live. Make sure you check out all our content, man. Queen of the Ring was an amazing ride. It's an amazing movie. If you have not seen it yet, we have WWT highlight profiles of some of the trailblazers women's wrestling that are on the website right now, wwtalkpod.com. You can check out stuff on Mildred Burke, Babs Wingo, June Byers, just to name a few. And then we're going to be tying that in with our interviews of the Queen of the Ring ladies that we did at the pressers. So check out our content, check out some of the questions we got to ask, and check out our special Women's History Month spotlights. We'll be back for WWT Live on Wednesday at 3 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern Time, because this is Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 network for women's wrestling on the planet. See you guys Wednesday, y'all.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at wwtalkpod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms, like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at wwtalkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.